jen.org. And it's 6 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Lauren, can you do some of the Ashrei in Hebrew, please?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, Margie, are you up for doing a little Hebrew Ashrei or not yet? Not yet. Okay. Let's see. All right. Susan, will you be the co-responder to Lauren? We turn to page 162, actually 64, I'm sorry. Ashrei responsively for Mincha.
Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha Odichalucha Selah.
Ashrei Am Shechalo, Ashrei Shadonai Eloha.
Tehillah LeDavid, Aramimcha Elohai HaMelech, Baruch Hashem Le'olam Va'ed.
Lecha Yom Arochecha, V'alashimcha Le'olam Va'ed.
Gadol Adonai Mulal Me'od, B'ligdulato Ein Cheker.
Dor L'dor Yishabach Ma'asecha, Gevurotecha Yagidu.
Ader Kavod Hodecha, V'divrei Niflotecha Asicha.
Ve'ezus Nerotecha Yomeru, Ugdulatocha Saprena.
Zecher Rav Tivcha Yabiu, V'tzikatecha Yiranenu.
Chanun Barachum Adonai, Erech Apayim Ugdal Chesed.
Tov Adonai Lakol, Baruch Hamav Al Kol Ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai Kol Ma'asecha, V'chasidecha Yevarchucha.
Kevod Malchucha Yomeru, Uberatcha Yadaberu.
Hodia Livnei Adam Gevurotav, Uchvod Adar Malchuto.
Malchutcha Malchut Kol Olamim, Umemshaltecha Bechol Dor Vador.
Somech Adonai L'cho Anoflim, V'zokef L'cho HaKafufim.
Enei Kol Elach HaYisaberu, V'atanoten Lachem Et Achlam Be'ito.
Poteach et Yadecha, Umaspia L'cho Chayrotzon.
Tzadik Adonai B'kol Deracha, B'chasid B'kol Ma'asav.
Rov Adonai L'cho Kra'ah, L'cho Asher Yikra'uhu Be'emet.
Ritzon Yireav Ya'aseh B'yet, Shivatam Yishma V'yoshiyem.
Shomer Adonai et Kol Ohava, V'et Kol Harashaim Yashmid.
Tzilat Adonai Yedaber Pi, V'yivarech Kol Basar Shem Kodsho Le'olam Va'ed.
V'anachnu nivarech Yamei Ata V'yad Olam, Hallelujah.
V'nachnu nivarech Yam Yata V'yad Olam, Hallelujah.
We recall with love those who gave us life and those who shared life with us and who are still with us, inspiring us and leading us, whose yortzeit is the 27th of Shvat, Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. The following names are listed in our perpetual memorials at Chizuk Amuno and are inscribed in our hearts and our spirits. Sarah Bart, Richard Berman, Daniel Beer, Israel Freeman, Abraham Jacobs, Godfrey Krupnik, Ellis Levin, Howard Plout, Malvin Robinson, Fanny Sachs, Chazan Cantor Abraham Salkoff, Maurice Schreiber, Ida Servin, Joseph Siegel, Charles Stein, Esther Weinberg, and Marvin Morantz. Yortzeit and Mourners Kaddish, page 198. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'amad yivrach chirutei ve'yamlech malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv ve'emu amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulol me'elmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh והתהדר והתעלה והתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירם בעלמה ואמו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמו אמן. Before we continue with the evening service, I just want to take a brief moment and ask those who are saying Kaddish the question of, I'm guessing that each and every one of us who is saying Kaddish has a sense of presence of those who've departed, that yes, they're gone, but they really are very much here. And just to hear from people, a very brief comment. Marilyn, what is your take on that notion? You're muted, you need to unmute.
Today it's been 30 days and it still seems like the bottom has fallen out. I'm still don't think it's real and I still feel like he's still there. He's still in the house at times. I go to talk to him and realize he's not there anymore. So it's just something that I have to adjust to.
Marilyn, just a personal note, and forgive me for jumping in. Hold on to that feeling. The feeling that he is still there, that he is in the house, that you can talk to him is precious and priceless. I mean, God forbid that 5, 10, 15 years from now, there's hardly a memory. I mean, that would be terrible. This sense of the presence is priceless and it's wonderful. And I know I hold on to it with every ounce of energy that I can, because it's proof to me that we are transcendent beings besides just coming and going. And while I have you, would you give me your husband's Hebrew name, please?
Mendel Leib. And I'm not sure what his father's English name was Leonard. I can't remember what his Hebrew name was.
Okay, it could be Arya. If you look at your ketubah, it would be, if you send me a picture of it.
Okay, I know they have a record of it.
Right. And
Sure.
what was his mother's name?
His mother's name was Elaine.
Elaine. Okay, we'll go with Ilana. And his English name would be?
Michael Lewis Krinsky.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, I would like to do a memorial prayer for the end of 30 days. So, do that. Francine, a quick...
Well, 23 years later, he's still with me every day. And he's everywhere I walk in the woods. He's when I go swimming. He's when I'm studying with you, Moshe. And he's here.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And God forbid for those who have no memory. Yifat, brief word.
My father, although a scholar of Torah and of Jewish history and all of those things, he was not always the biggest fan of the rituals of religion. And he would probably be saying to me, he would probably be very proud that I'm reciting Kaddish for him. He'd be very happy. And on the other hand, he would say, why are you bothering me? Let me rest in peace.
But for you yourself, what sense of presence do you have of your father, David?
It's he's everywhere, but I know I feel like he's taking care of me, especially now. I feel like, in this time, I feel like he is looking down on me and proud of himself for being able to take care of me from there.
Absolutely. And by the way, he's not looking down. He's looking straight into your eyes. Straight into your eyes. Jerry. My friend Jerry.
I thought to myself, oh my God, I gotta remember to tell Marcia that.
Well,
So
you need
many
to-
times, that's happened. And then I say to myself, well, what am I doing?
No. You should tell her. Don't, because if she finds out you didn't tell her, it's going to be beautiful. Yeah. Michael Morantz.
I needed to unmute.
Yes.
Well, the room I'm sitting in has multiple pictures of my father and actually my mother. Their wedding pictures, bar mitzvah pictures, family pictures. So I see him everywhere. He was a very hardworking man. He worked all his life. The major thing I remember about him is that he played golf from being a little kid till he was 92.
Wow.
He never rode in a cart. He always walked the golf course. And where he played, after a while, they would not let him go off on the front nine because all of his golf partners over the year had died, and they felt that it was setting a bad precedent for the golf course.
Wow. What subjective sense do you have of Dad's presence?
Well, he's always been here. Well, he wasn't here when I was born because he was overseas during the Second World War. But I've always felt him here, and his sense of humor and his ability to talk to anybody just makes me feel comfortable when I think of him.
Yeah, thank you. Gary?
It's a little hard. I'll get through this, okay?
Yes, you will.
I always get emotional when I think of my father, raised in Brooklyn. If you shook hands with him, you would know he wasn't a scholar. He had a grip like a vice and calluses on his hands. Part of the greatest generation. He spent time in Germany and Japan. He was an MP in Japan. And when he came home, real quickly, he visited his cousin, first cousin, Morris Sunshine, who, by the way, was a liberator. He had a thumbnail sketch in a book called The Liberators.
Wow.
I never knew about this until years later.
All right.
And my father went to visit Moshe out on Long Island and visit him in a little Levitt house. If you ever saw Leave It to Beaver, that was the kind of house we lived in. And my father visited Moshe from Brooklyn and said, Moshe, where's the landlord? Moshe got up with his gruff voice and said, Lenny, here's the thermostat. I'm the landlord.
All right.
And with that, my father went to buy a Levitt house, and that's where I lived as a child.
Beautiful story. Thank you. Margie?
It's been 7 years since my mother passed away. It's hard to believe. It seems like only yesterday, but
Right.
She always looked out for others that couldn't do for themselves. And one real ironic thing that happened, like a sign, she came from Newport News, Virginia, and was very active, her family in the temple down there, the conservative temple. And about the end of December, somebody from there who's good friends with Florine Goldner called me, and she said, we have these plaques that were put up on Simcha boards, and we're giving them to the family members because we don't know what else to do with them. We've upgraded them in our new location to make like a leaf of life. So she said, I have these plaques from your grandfather's 90th birthday and 100th birthday. She said, can I send them to you? I said, yes, please do. Well, that was December. You know, the mail system has been so terrible lately. Well, they mailed them out the 1st of January. yesterday's mail, I received those plaques, and my mother's yard site started last night. So
Beautiful.
meant to
Thank you.
share.
I'm sorry I'm taking so long. We'll just have one other minute or so. Lauren, a thought from you about presence of Dad?
Well, unfortunately, I have a very different kind of story with my father, who died. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks, so still very fresh.
Right.
But my parents divorced when I was 4 years old. And when I was 8 years old, my father had remarried, had a new family, and moved across the other side of the country. And at that point, I didn't see too much of him anymore. I used to go out and visit him in the summers. I always maintained that connection. And I guess what I learned from my father was the lessons of what not to do as a parent.
That's
It's
a
a
wonderful,
hard thing. But here I am saying Kaddish, and it's very meaningful to me. And it's a sad thing.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Lauren. That's really powerful stuff. Jeffrey, a quick thought?
It's been 9 months since my dad passed away, and every day we're living the life that he dreamed of. He always was very, very firmly entrenched with family commitments and family being number one, working hard. And there is not a day that doesn't go by where one of us doesn't grab the phone to try to call him, because we always look to him for advice and for reasonable assurances for whatever it was. And he was always there for us no matter what. Even though he worked 6 or 7 days a week, he was always there for us. Yeah. And he'd be happy to know that his family has absolutely been staying together through this, although many of us thought everybody was going to fall apart, but we have been absolutely staying together as a testament to him. And we feel his presence every day.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Jeff. I agree with that. Randy Glassman, quick thought?
I think my mother would be very pleased that I'm saying Kaddish for her every day as much as possible. And it's not only meaningful for me, but I know, as I said, that she probably would feel the same way, knowing that it was done for my father when he passed away almost 9 years ago.
Wow.
So her presence is always felt, especially when I go down to where she used to live on 7 Mile, which I'm always there all the time. So, going down that area, it's like I wave. On Clark's Lane, I wave to my grandmother, Abba Shalom, and on 7 Mile, I wave to my mother. And so there's always that feeling of presence there.
Beautiful. All right, Jim, a quick word because we're running late.
I visited Weinberg Park today, and about 6 or 7 people came up to me through the window, and the comments I'll summarize as this. There are 3 aspects to my dad's death. One of them is physical. The other 2 are spiritual, and the second is spiritual. The third is his memory. And it's the second and the third that I realized from listening to everybody that it really is very gratifying to say Kaddish.
Thank you. Beautiful words, beautiful words. There's so much more to hear from everyone, and we need to continue. Page 200, Gary is going to lead us on this yard site. Page 200, we rise. You're muted, Gary. You need, right, thank you.
V'hurachum yechapoin v'yashchi v'hirbo lashiva povelo yirkol chamato Adonai Hashia HaMelech Yarneinu v'yom Koreinu Baruch Hu Adonai HaMavarach
Baruch Adonai HaMavarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMavarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMavarach. El Chai V'Kayom Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Olam Va'ed Baruch Ata Adonai Hamari V'Aravim.
Amen. Aratana Beit Yisrael U'Chavta. We're at the bottom of 200.
Ki Chem Chayenu Yivarech Yomeinu V'Hem Negaviyam V'Layla V'Avatacha Al Tisero Mimenu Lilomi Baruch Ata Adonai
Baruch Shema.
Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. V'afta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher onochi matzavach hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shiptecha b'veitecha u'leftecha b'derech v'ushafrecha u'v'kumecha Ukshatom liot ad yodecha, v'ahilot atafot beinenecha, uktavtam, amazuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, v'haya. Leman yebu yemechem v'imei b'nechem al hadama asher nishba Adonai lavatechem v'teikahem ki hashamayim al haaretz. V'yomer Adonai el asher lemor deber el b'nei Yisrael v'matza alehem v'su lehem tzitzit. Hakanfei b'ktehem b'davatam b'nat wal tzitzit. Hakanof tichil techelet. V'hem lechel li tzitzit. Uitemoto, uskatemo kol hisfot Adonai ba'istem v'tam v'lo tataru acharei l'vavahem acharei nechem asher atezonim achareihem. L'ma'an tizkuru v'asitemo kol hisfotai v'detem kerushim l'lochem. Ani Adonai Elohim asher tziti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim. L'chot l'chem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohim emet.
Amen. Lauren, would you please read the middle paragraph on page 205?
We affirm the truth that he is our God, that there is no other, and that we are his people Israel. He redeems us from the power of kings, delivers us from the hand of all tyrants. He brings judgment upon our oppressors, retribution upon all our mortal enemies. He performs wonders beyond understanding, marvels beyond all reckoning. He has maintained us among the living. He has not allowed our steps to falter. He has guided us to triumph over mighty foes, exalted our strength over all our enemies. He vindicated us with miracles before Pharaoh, with signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. In wrath, he smote all of Egypt's firstborn, bringing his people to lasting freedom. He led his children through divided waters as their pursuers sank in the sea. When his children beheld his might, they sang in praise of him, gladly accepting his sovereignty. Moses and the people Israel sang with great joy to the Lord.
Umalachuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem. Moshe uvnei Yisrael lecha unu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam. Mi chamocha bilim Adonai. Mi chamocha neta b'kodesh norati ho osef eleh. Malchut akara'u v'necha pokei ayom lifnei Moshe. Ze ali anu v'amru Adonai imlech lilam va'ed. V'ne'emar ki fadar Adonai et Yaakov ogolo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai ga'al Yisrael.
Amen. Lauren, on the top of 207, please.
Help us, our Father, to lie down in peace and awaken us to life again, our King. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. You, O God, guard us and deliver us. You are our gracious and merciful King. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Praised are you, Lord, eternal guardian of your people Israel.
Ushmatzotenu uba'enu l'chaim ul shalom me'ata v'ad baruch atah Adonai shamemro Yisrael la'at.
Amen. We're in the middle of 206.
Ki hamilchuta shalahi, Lomei achimloch bikvado, Ki elanu melech ala ata, Barakata Adonai HaMelech bikvado Tamid Yemoch Aleinu Lilam Ve'ed, V'al Kol Ma'asav.
Amen. We rise, Chatzi Kaddish 208.
Yit Gadal V'Yit Gadash Yemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'Yomad Yivrach Hirutei V'Yamlich Malchutei V'Chayechon Uv'Yomechon Uv'Chayedecho Beit Yisrael Ba'agala B'Zman Kariv B'Yimu Amen.
Amen. Yesh
Yit Barach Yit Rabach Yit Bapar Yit Ramam Yit Naseh Yit Hadar Yit Halev Yit Halal Shemei Kiddushah Richu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata B'Shirata Tushbechata B'Nechamata Yerman Vilma V'Yemru Amen.
Amen. Silent Amidah, pages 210 to 220. We speak directly to God. If Hebrew is difficult, the English is 211 to 221. Please continue at your own pace. Gary is going to pick up on page 222, Kaddish Shalem.
Yit Gadal V'Yit Gadash Yemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'Yomad Yivrach Hirutei V'Yamlich Malchutei V'Chayechon Uv'Yomechon Uv'Chayedecho Beit Yisrael Ba'agala B'Zman Kariv Yimu Amen.
Amen. Yesh
Yitbarach Yishtabach Yitbarar V'Yit Ramam V'Yit Naseh V'Yit Hadar V'Yit Halev V'Yit Halal Shemei Kiddushah Richu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tushbechata V'Nechamata V'Yomar V'Yomar V'Yemru Amen.
Amen.
Ikadal Talotahon Ubra Otahon Dachol Beit Yisrael Kadam Uvahon di v'ishmaya b'yimru amen.
Amen.
Yehi shelama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yalkol Yisrael b'yimru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yalkol Yisrael b'yimru amen.
Amen. Aleinu l'shabeach.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol v'atei kedula liyotzeh breshit shelo asana kiyot haratzot v'lo samanu kamishmachot adama shelo sam kolkenu kahem v'gar aleinu kachol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamodim baruch HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki amalchut shachachi olmei atzimloch b'kavod kakatu b'toratecha Adonai imloch v'ed v'ne'emar v'hoyav Adonai l'melech ha'aretz v'yom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Shkoyach, Gary, Shkoyach, kol hakavod. We recall our loved ones who gave us life, shared life with us, directed us, protected us, and continue to do so, whose yortzeit is the 28th of Shvat, Wednesday, February 10th, 2021. The following names are listed in our perpetual memorials. They're inscribed in our hearts and our spirits. Eleanor Ellie Atman, Jessica Bellsberg, Joseph Cooper, Isaac Elfman, Esther Hoffman, Frida Hormatz, Fanny Horowitz, Abraham Klein, Henriette Leibovitz, Mary Lebo, Marvin Posner, and today is Shloshim 30 days for Michael Louis Krinsky and Edward Jatkowitz, who is the brother of Janice Perlman, the wife of our Chazan, Manny Perlman. Yortzeit and Mourner's Kaddish, page 220.
I didn't hear Leonard Flax. Did you say it and I missed
I'm
it?
sorry. No, I wrote it on the other page and you're correct. I beg your pardon. After doing such a beautiful job on Leonard Flax.
No problem.
Thank you. You know, that's why it takes a village and a minyan.
Yeah.
Yortzeit and Mourner's Kaddish, page 226. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yivtei, b'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei kol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'amei.
Amen.
Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam Yitbarach v'yishbach v'yitpa'al v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalel v'yitalal shemei v'yishah v'yichu Leila minchol birchata v'shirata tushbata v'nechamata da'amiram be'ama v'yitpa'amei Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya V'chaim aleinu v'kol Yisrael amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'kol Yisrael amen. I want to thank you for taking the extra minute to share your feelings, your thoughts, and your memories. Know this to be true. Tefillah properly expressed requires absolutely a sense of emotional and personal involvement. To just come and you read the words and you leave without hearing another person, without making that contact, is indeed sad. You may fulfill the legal requirement, but you have not done what the great tradition of our Jewish tradition requires of us. And with that, I want you to know I'm deeply moved and changed because I get to hear how you truly feel. Please, God, watch over us, direct us in the right way, as my mother would say. Have a good night. Tomorrow
Thank you,
morning,
Moshe.
7:30.
Yasher Koach, Moshe. Yasher Koach. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Jeffrey.
you.
Love to Pam. And
No
You
to
got it. Thank you.
our